He doesn't know just how I feel. 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 He doesn't know just how I feel.
Yo, what's up, guys? Hope you're having a beautiful day. Today, we're gonna go over XRP, some news, and some important things to know when you are an XRP investor. And maybe you don't believe in the price anymore, but I will show you some things that's gonna clear your mind and really you will be remember it why you hold it. And I think that's the most important thing. People look mostly at prices and price action and how much their portfolio is up without really being interested in where the future of something is lying. So we're gonna talk about that today. Just gonna wait for some more people. I see there's one person in the room. How are you doing, man? Let's go. We are waiting a little bit. I'm from Europe, so I have a different timeline than most of my viewers, because mainly they come like 68% of my viewers come from the United States. So it's still early in the morning right now. Maybe they are at work or somewhere else. So we're gonna wait a bit. If nobody comes in, I'm just gonna go through and re-upload videos after. So I do this every time. I go live. I answer the questions in real time because it shows that I know what I'm talking about and not just researching your questions so I can give you an answer. So every answer you get here on the live is honest and is authentic. So this is why I'm doing this. Plus, if I do a live stream of, let's say, 1 or 2 hours, yo, Mr. Counter, what's up? Ah, yes, true. Let's go. I will do this. I will do this directly. So that is covered. What's the name? Arc block on a rocket. So are you already in or do you want to buy it? Let's see. Arc block. Man, my mic is in the way. So I assume it is this one. Do you know on which chart you see the most price action? Is it Gate.io? Where was it first listed? Do you know that? Because I assume Coinbase was not the first listing, and maybe we will not. Okay. Okay, we have enough data. I believe this is since the launch. Yeah, it skyrocketed really hard. I had a target here at 233. Don't know why and when I did that. But here we are. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So what is your question? Better than Solana, Atom, Quant. I'm balls deep into ArcBlock. So is it better because you are balls deep into it and you wish for it to be better, or is it really better? Is there any technical evidence that it is better? To be honest, I'm not the Polkadot fan. I'm not the Solana fan. Quant, I like Quant, but the other chains, I'm not like a fan of it because, for example, Solana has public keys. The developers have public keys, and I like, let's say, my own privacy and that nobody can steal my coins from me. What is the Coinbase? Because the supply is lowest on Coinbase, plus they listed on Coinbase for free. I'm in for 20. Wow, great. So you're at 10x right now. At 23, but mostly bored at 38. Yeah, I mean, it's great, 38. So what is your main question? Because obviously everybody knows it's going up. So what is your main question? Where can it pull back to rebuy some more? How high can it go? What is your main question? Let me know. Let's try to break the price action down. Yeah, because it's mostly just up. There's not really price action. Yeah, it's mainly just up, but we could find some interesting price levels. First, to market coding in any language. First to market superior tech is 100% finished. Their main product is going to kill the Apple and Google stuff. Okay, you are very enthusiastic about this project, I see. Yeah, what they are going to do, I don't know. I don't really know something about this project. So the only things I know are the things you just mentioned. So it sounds great. What is their main narrative? What is the main narrative they want to play? Okay. Let's see. Man, I hate this dark mode. Eye cancer. Okay, let's see. Market cap, it's very low still. It's a mid cap. That's great. So there's already just on Coin Gecko like 5,300, let's say, people that added it to their portfolio or watch list. Market cap low, fully diluted valuation is not that much higher, so that's interesting too. If the market cap is not too big compared to what is already on the market, because that means that of these $180 million in market cap, there are still, let's say, 150 to 180 million still owning by the developers, round seats, and also that maybe, I don't know if they did a pre-sale or something, an airdrop, I don't know. But here you know that, let's say, half of the coins are still owned by whales that eventually will take profit at some point, you know. But it is not like it would have like 180 million market cap and a billion or $1.8 billion fully diluted valuation. So that's great. Let's say this is 30% of 100 million, 15% of the total supply is in. Okay, volume is great. Circulating supply 186. This is like 50 million tokens more than Ethereum, which is great. Circulating supply 100 million is great. So it should be, so we would need to hit $1 billion in market cap, let's say theoretically, not even really the liquidity, but just people speculating on market cap, which is a fake number, but let's say it's real. So people measure potential in market cap. So in this case, for it to have with that circulating supply, I don't know how much they inflate the ecosystem, but let's say it's like other tokens. We would, let's say we are at 110 million during the last phase of the bull run. That would mean we need, let's say, $1 billion market cap for it to be at $10. Is this possible? Of course it is. Like, because let's say the ceiling of expectations is going up all the time. Why? Because the number, let's say, Bitcoin reaches every bull run is higher. So expectations get higher for also the altcoins. So is 1 billion possible? Yes, if they can become one of the top 100 cryptocurrencies. So if you say it is better than all these other projects, it will surely be possible. When? I don't know. Before the halving, don't think so. That's my honest opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, so everything I say here is just for entertainment purposes and educational purposes only. I'm very enthusiastic about this market. I'm since 2015-16 in this market, so there's quite some time I'm researching in this space. Mostly trying to understand what or which projects are going to take over the banking space, because the product of banks is money, and we are all here for money. So this is my main focus, to be honest. And yeah, that's also why my biggest holdings is XRP. Disappointed this last cycle. I don't really was, because I'm also a trader and I trade my spot. XRP tripled the supply during a 16x, so I did quite well, you know. But looking at the truth of price action, we know that it is suppressed. So I also play things like this one now. I need to look closer into of really what is their roadmap and stuff. But price related, yes, 10 bucks is surely possible, yes. Before halving, by halving, I don't think so. everything is possible, but yeah, the question is, what's the narrative right now? Is the narrative playing around this coin? I really don't know. So, will I buy into this? Let's see if I would buy, where I would buy. So, for right now, we don't have a lot to work with because we had, I assume, here the launch, we had the first pump, and then since then we created the bottom. All the weekends we're going out, and then the whales or whoever started to buy it. So our first target was 69.07. Second target was 233. So be aware that at 233 until $3 will be major resistance. It is always very, very dangerous to buy at price discovery because, I mean, the first guys that bought in here will eventually sell some when it comes to these targets. Nothing for sure. So if I would buy this project, I would wait for it to recalibrate price. When does it recalibrate price? So here you can see a big displacement. A displacement is where a minority of people or just one single person, depending on the liquidity of the project, that pump that price. So how can someone pump that price that easily is when there is low liquidity. So when the ask order book is thinner than what he wants to invest in. Obviously, he needs to buy up the order book because there is nothing, no other, let's say, there is no other up to buy than those who are in sell or ask order books on the sell side. So in that case, there was a minority pushing the price. So they outpriced, let's say, those who waited for a good entry. These people are still waiting. Other people are just in front of taking some profits off after what did it do? Let's say you bought the first dip here. So now you are up, let's say 12 to 13x. So they will be up, let's say 15 to 16x once we hit the target. I don't even know when and why I put that target there. Obviously I know why, but I don't really remember when. So here, usually because I'm an intraday, I don't use the 38.2, but let's just put it back in it. So this one up. So yeah, here you can clearly see we had impulsive move, then we had a small correction to the 38.2, which is the first level you can use for a sequence to be, let's say, legit. Once we hit this one, obviously it is a lot better if we would have come down to these prices, but I can't see really an imbalance in the price in the weekly other than this one. Will we come back there? I mean, if Bitcoin really crashes, let's say to 30K, which nobody expects to go that low right now, or 25K, obviously this one can decouple or come back at these prices. So when would I buy? I would wait for the pullback for the displacement. So let's just write now the price, people FOMO whatsoever, but eventually there will be, the steam will be gone. And in that case, I would wait for that imbalance to be at least filled to 50%. So let's say between 47 and, yeah, also here the order block plus the displacement would be between, yeah, let's say between 47 and 21 cents. I know it's a big range, but it's also a big displacement. So that is what you get. Is this clear enough, my friend? Does that help you? I'm just finishing quickly here the TA for my friend because he asked me a few days in the comments. So today is an XRP live, and I will show you some news and some important information that I believe is very important to understand, to really not show away from the truth. And yes, so how I got this target quickly is because we reached that 38.2 retracement level. You can now use a sequence to see where price potentially goes. If you would have used this back then at the breakout or before the breakout, you could have predicted where the price would go by just using this. People always say, yeah, you use Fibonacci, blah blah blah, but at the end you need to. I'm not the type of guy that is believing that I'm better than the market. So I use some kind of tools which I believe in. Why Fibonacci? Because it's a proven sequence that even the nature and we are based on it. So it's numbers that are working everywhere in the universe or here on the planet. So I use these numbers to see potential price growth and potential pullbacks to reaccumulate. This is what I focus on most of the time. So in this case, it indicates that this move we created back down here is exhausted pretty soon, which does not mean there cannot be a FOMO phase. Some projects just rip through these levels and then go until, let's say, the 2618, which would be over $10. But it would be a lot more interesting for those who came back in here to push the price back down, take here some profits, reaccumulate and push it to that $10 mark whatsoever. That would give you a lot more money. You would make a lot more money by doing this. So that's a big chance of happening. Just keep that in mind. So when it goes down, you don't panic. You don't panic, and you need to see the opportunity to not panic. So in that case, I would focus on that level. If you fear the down move, I mean, you should not. We are not really in the hyperbolic phase yet. So everything, all the greatness is still coming. But yeah, if you would ask me when to buy, I would buy once we pass that 50% level of that imbalance. Okay. The best, I believe, the best price to be in, because obviously there will be a better range to buy it. It's always like that. Let's say the best entry in this particular case, let's say it goes to the 1.618 and then rolls over. So it will depend. If it goes higher, if the market goes higher, the retracement is also going to be at a different price. But just take it as a measurement. Let's say it overextends a little bit the golden number and it goes to, let's say, 320 and then starts to roll over and break structure to the downside. This would be the most safe buying zone to reaccumulate, which does not mean that it cannot go lower. But if you are the type of guy that is just waiting for, let's say, the best price down here and it never goes there, you own nothing of the project. So it is very important to find a conservative buying zone and a best entry, and then maybe scale in 25% each. Like always put in 25% instead of putting in everything at once. Is this clear enough, my friend? New comments. Yes, it helped a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. And thank you for the 14 people that were already in the stream. I just quickly introduced myself back again. I am from Luxembourg in crypto since 2016 with my ups and downs. In 2021, I started this channel because people asked for it. I did some Zoom calls with a friend, with a YouTuber too, and people asked if I have a YouTube channel, and this is basically how organically I started this channel. I didn't want to make some money. I just wanted to help people to see the market as I see it, because I spend a lot of time on it. So yes, I am excited. I exited Jasmine last night. It's a scary chart. I'm 50 whether I want to get back in. What's your thoughts? Okay, I will quickly go over the chart of Jasmine, but after that I want to go over XRP and also give you some kind of a few videos which give you an idea of where it could go. So let's go to Jasmine. I don't have it in my. By the way, last bull run, I took a 30x on Jasmine. That was a great. Just at the end of the bull run, I took some profits on other projects. I think I put in like, what was it? Not a lot because it was really at the lows and it did its first breakout. I think I put in 4K and I made like over 30K. That was great. Jasmine gave me some great profits. Jasmine USDC. I don't remember what's the best chart. I believe KuCoin was a decent chart with a lot of nah, that's not the great one. Wait. Jasmine, Binance. Let's see. KuCoin. Let's try Binance. I don't believe. Yeah, this is not the real chart too. Coinbase. I don't believe that's the right one too. No, it isn't. That's not the real chart. But anyways, let's just use this one. So what are you scared about, my friend? What are you scared about? That it pumped so crazy? Or are you scared about it dropping back down and being left, leaving your profits here at the top? But this is a huge pump, guys. This is not a fake pump, okay? This is not a fake pump. This is not a fake pump. So you have different types of how you can see how far a move is going, okay? So here we have this cup and handle, we have an inverse M pattern, we have a cup and handle, plus we have a sequence active that got activated once it broke this high here. So that gives us this target here, which most likely there will be some kind of important resistance coming in. We also have here our order block. So here will be some kind of great resistance. So I believe you took some profits is a very, very good idea. Even maybe if you don't know what you did, it is not stupid that you took some profits. Nobody got broke by taking profits. I mean, you always can do more and more and more, and you want more. The greed is always there for you to want more. But you need to realize that profits you do in one project, you can just put it into another project that did not that pump yet. So let's say you were in here at the bottom and you sold at 200%. So let's say you put in $1,000, you made $3,000. So now you have $2,000 on the side and you can replay the same game with those $1,000 for free. So you can potentially do another 200% with money that basically is for free. So that's why it is great that you took some profit. It gives you other opportunities. Because if you are sitting in the project and it's coming down back to the lows and you lose all your profits, you lost also during that time the opportunities. As for example, we XRP holders, we had, XRP was opportunity costs for the last run. But this is also why I believe this run is going to perform extremely well. It's also almost regulated. The lawsuit is almost done. I mean, for the retail investors, it's already clarified. So the US is going to do something with it. Ethereum is not scalable enough. Transaction fees are a lot too high to use it for a financial system. This is good for developers to create their projects and be in DeFi. It's a great security mechanism, but other than that, I believe it's not scalable enough to handle the world's money. So, did I answer your question, or are you still scared? So I believe it was not a dumb idea. People always think, but what if, but what if? And this is not the type of guy you want to be. If you miss the next 200%, you will find those 200% in another project. If you are not a long-term believer in Jasmine Coin, if you are a long-term believer in Jasmine Coin, you will get another opportunity to rebuy, okay? So I would focus much rather on waiting for the next two, let's go check in the daily. So let's see. Let's say it would, let's say that 1.618 an order block, or let's say even the 1.809, which is is there an important imbalance? No, here everything is closed. Here it is closed. Maybe in the 4-hour. Because imbalances tell you if there's a fair value for the price to short again or to take some profits. I mean, we have a small one here, but nothing significant. So other than the order block, there is not much, but order blocks are very, this is basically the supply zone. So people will take an eye on that supply zone. Then you have this high here. If this high is broken, you have one imbalance left. So after, or let's say it pumps through this level and it goes until this fair value gap, you can be sure that here or here the market will go down or will come back to some kind of retracement. And in that case, because you will never know how high it really could go when FOMO kicks in, volatility, the volume goes unreasonably high because whatsoever, can be manipulation, can be retail coming in, can be a lot of things. But you need to be aware that there will be a price where people that accumulated back here or during that pump, for example, this was a big pump, okay? This was a dead cat bounce. So a lot of people traded this and are still holding their position until today. So it's, in my opinion, it is not bad that you took some profits, okay? And if you want to reaccumulate, I would say don't start to reaccumulate. Or let's say you could start to reaccumulate under 1 cent, and it could go all the way down to, let's say, these highs here, which would be some kind of reasonable. If it goes a little bit higher, you see that actually the 61.8 is going higher too. So use that tool for yourself. Wait for the top to be created, and then what you want to wait for is a break of structure. So now we have a break of structure, okay? So a break of structure, what is that? You have the price making consecutive higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Other than this pump, we did higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. But now we had the first time we broke our higher low. So in this case, this means there is a break of structure, okay? So now the question is, how low can it go with the price action it created here? And it gives you the level right here. So now we got into that level, and this is also why you see the price react, okay? So usually, once we attain that price, we're gonna go for a correction. And as you see, we have here again the 61.8, and we have a fair value gap. So for somebody who, let's say there would be contracts, you could trade on this, derivatives, this would be a place to short it. So now we have the break of structure, okay? So maybe it is already now that the prices will go down. Yeah, the volume is huge, but it is like, it's the first day. It's the first week where the volume spikes up like this. So you need to wait for multiple candles, or let's say multiple, because all the people that waited for the price to come back up, maybe now they are tired of holding that coin, seeing other things pump. So eventually they will take profits. and then the price will come back down and will give you another opportunity to buy. So the last, let's say, healthy buying zone, which would not break the bullish bias on the chart, would be between 7.6 and 6.5 cents. Of course, there is also a possibility that we just correct to the 50%, which would be 8.5 cents. Yeah, 10 to 8.5 with 10 to 8 cents. So until we reach these two boxes, I would not reconsider putting in money, because there are other projects giving more decent entries at the current moment. So yeah, don't be afraid to miss something. There's too much to buy and too much going up to focus on a single thing. So is this answering your question? I hope yes. Let's go to what I actually came for. So this is a post from the 18th of December 2023, and the Quincy Jones is a developer for XTC and for Corda. I don't know, people who maybe know this also maybe know who Quincy is, but here is a very, very interesting video of 1 minute and 20 seconds where it really gives you an idea what the XRP ledger was created for. Let's don't talk about XRP, the token. Let's not talk about Ripple, the company. Let's try to understand what the ledger was created for and what its main purpose is. So let's just listen.
Anybody out there that's telling you they know where the price of XRP will go has no idea. Absolutely zero clue. But I'll give you a tiny hint of an idea of what could happen. So XRP it's a financial instrument of value. And that instrument is basically, the instrument's really liquidity between different other instruments like bonds, stocks, currencies, everything basically. Yeah. And the XRP is only worth the value of the things that are issued on it, because it would cost XRP to buy those things on the network and use that liquidity. Mm-hmm. So what ends up happening here is not only do you have to issue all of the equity, but you've also got to issue all of the debt. So XRP is only bound by the fiscal responsibility of the people that issue assets on it, which is obviously irresponsible. So XRP could be at $100, $100,000, $1 million. It depends on how many assets you want to issue onto the network. So if you wanted to issue, $100 trillion worth of equity, cool. That's a lot of money on the network. What happens if they want to issue another $500 million worth of debt? That also adds value to the network. So there really is a mind-blowing amount of wealth, essentially, that could basically be flowing through these networks that we can't even comprehend because of that debt question of being able to issue more and more and more value in the form of.
So, as you heard, he's talking about tokenization of assets. People focus on store value and ETFs. But what is really interesting is how we can solve the biggest money guys problems in the world. Which owns the product money, or who created that? Obviously the banks. So if the banks have something inefficient that is making them pay a lot of money to make the system work, and we can solve that problem, it is surely an interesting investment. So this is one of the things. Let's say Ripple and BlackRock, ISDA. I just quickly go back to that to make you realize that it is real. It's not just something people talk about. It is real, okay? So Ripple joins BlackRock and JP Morgan as member of Leading Trade Association, ISDA. What is that? The ISDA is signaling a strategic move into derivatives and blockchain integration on TradeFi. Ripple has joined the prestigious trade organization International Swaps and Derivative Association, ISDA. So derivatives have a national value of $600 trillion. And derivatives are basically, just in the old world, smart contracts of physical and non-physical assets, okay? Like futures, we trade the indexes and stuff. So derivatives are just basically like a smart contract in the blockchain on different materialistic, physical or non-physical assets, which you can trade as a contract. So we have $600 trillion in national value in the derivative space. So this is what they are looking for to tokenize. The BlackRock CEO just said, Larry Fink just said a few days ago when he got asked by Charles Gasparino, which is also a very known guy in the media outlet of the United States, asked him, we know an Ethereum ETF is coming, blah, 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 after the Bitcoin ETF, but what about XRP? Will XRP have its ETF launched? And then he said he cannot talk about it. And because most of the people hate XRP, let's say, he also said you don't even want to know what will happen in that manner, you know. And he said, and then the guy said, yes, I want to know, but he said, yeah, but I can't talk about it. So one of the most influential and powerful human beings in this world cannot talk about it because of its own benefit and the benefits of his friends. So yeah, this is something you really need to hold in mind because it's gonna happen. You are in, you are not in, it's gonna happen. You cannot do nothing about it. It's just, can you still believe until it happens? Can you still hold strong to your beliefs until it happens? It's all a personal mental game, okay? If you see the truth, stick with it, okay? So Jack the Ripper, almost, I believe everyone that is in the XRP community knows Jack the Ripper. I go over these posts. I don't know if they are legit. For example, this one, a few months ago, they delisted XRP pair, USDT pair, and now maybe guys, you need to check this, but breaking news, the world's leading cryptocurrency exchange Binance added XRP USDC pair as a cross-margin pair, so for derivative trading. I have never understood why the people who want the world's money let us plebs own some of the XRP network. Why not just upgrade the infrastructure behind closed doors, private invest? This is what they do. It's like a mix of what you said. This is why they talk bad, and this is why all the news they project to bring liquidity into the market when it comes to XRP is never really moving the price. So the thing is, I will show you that on the chart, since 2,300 days, the price is suppressed. So we were at 50 cents or at 30 cents 6 years ago. So the price didn't really do something. For them, it's enough what it did. Like a 15, 16x is a lot if you have a lot of money into it. So they never had really the interest to push it high quickly, because once it happens, it will stay there. So it does not matter when it happens. It just matters for us that are trying to change our lives with what will happen. But for them, it is important that if they like something, they don't want just to buy it once. They want to buy it every single quarter and better in the next 3 years. So they don't want the price, let's say, to go to $15 because they want to accumulate more, you know? The reason why the Bitcoin pumped as high and Solana is because they already were in back then. They already accumulated all that years, as they also did with XRP. But the technology, Bitcoin itself, is not that interesting for the system. It is interesting to make money, but not for the system. And they prefer you to invest in Solana. They prefer you to invest in Pepecoin and Shiba Inu and Dogecoin than actually really trying to understand where we are going, instead of just investing for the numbers to go up. I understand that perspective. I mean, we are all in the same boat, let's say, but at the end, if you are just looking for price appreciation, you will find it in every single project in the bull run. Every project will rise in value in the bull run, no matter how shit the project is, you know? And this is what is really important. So people, let's say, abandoned XRP because it did a 4x less than some other coins, let's say. And because they saw their friends or relatives or someone in their circle or whatsoever making gains they didn't do last bull run, and that's why it's not moving. I mean, price wise, it's not that interesting if you are not a buyer. If you are a buyer and you understand markets, you are happy that XRP is still at 50 cents. But if you are dependent on price appreciation, then it's frustrating and they don't care about what you feel. So they hope that you give up on XRP. This is covering your question why they even allow people to get into that. It is because we, the people, brought them to the brought them to the point where there was no turning back, you know? Like, if someone is doing something for over 10 years and let's say the technology gets better every day because they develop it every day and every day since its existence. And now you think that they are going to try to create their own network when they didn't even could create their own network back then when everything fell apart. The only thing they can do is maintaining the economy by printing that. Okay? So they had a long time to really change their system, but they couldn't. They are still messaging with Swift. They are still doing all the things they did before. Okay? So nothing really happened. They were just testing all these years. Okay? So this is why I believe, I mean, it's a decentralized market. The only way it's becoming centralized is when ownership is becoming centralized. Okay? So I don't mind if Ripple owns in escrow this XRP. You know? I don't mind. I prefer them holding them than someone or some whales you don't even know who they are, because they can dump every moment on your head, exactly as with Bitcoin. We don't know who owns the biggest wallets. It's not Satoshi. There are people there owning more than Satoshi. And 90% of the hash rate is owned by 2% of the people, and so is it with the Bitcoins. And let's say the technology does not work for high volatility and money velocity. This is how I see it, okay? Even my youngest brother, that isn't even mature yet, came to me and said, oh, I bought a coin on Ethereum. I put in $300, but I paid like $150 gas fee. Is this normal? I said, yes, and the day you will understand that it's not scalable. I told him, first you need to understand what Ethereum and Bitcoin is before understanding what is not working, you know. Most of the people come into this space investing into prices, not into technology. So, next one. When was this? So this is about the AMM, the automated market maker on XRP. XRP holders is back up for approval with only 4 more votes left. XRP holders will have an opportunity to create passive income adding to existing liquidity pools of XRP. You need to be reminded, I personally will not use this at least for 24 months because I don't want to risk my assets in case of impermanent loss. Okay? But just the idea of it is that now it's not just a coin for transacting or for messaging. It is also now enabling smart contracts. So it's doing the same thing than Ethereum, plus it also has automated market maker. So it's getting better, greater and greater every single day, okay? Then breaking news, Ripple CEO has just confirmed an XRP ETF is a lie in my opinion, but we all know it's gonna come. I mean, those who don't see it, they will not see it. Like, for me, Bitcoin was just an advent for all these technologies that will be some kind of important in the future, okay? Then, he talks about that there is a risk. You can call me crazy. I rather not risk my world reserve currency. I mean, yeah, it's a bit, it's a little bit yeah, world reserve currency, I don't know about that, you know. A world reserve bridge currency is something different, but it will most likely never be the world reserve currency, because I see XRP as ghost money. Like, for example, your grandma goes to the grocery store, pays in US dollars in CBDC, but the payment rails and the messaging system is on the XRP ledger. So we need XRP liquidity to be available for all these transactions in US dollar, the CBDC, the Euro CBDC, and all these other CBDCs that are gonna be created, you know. And they have a pilot program for CBDC. So people say, yeah, but you're investing in the new system that is not good for humanity. I have different projects I'm investing in. I have projects that are totally crypto, more than Bitcoin and Ethereum will ever be. And then I have projects where I understand where the system is going. You need to play on both sides, you know. Like, you cannot just buy something by thinking this is the exit of the rat race. Because most of the time, these projects have public keys, so if someone wants something from you, they can freeze your wallets, they can take your coins, and nobody will talk about it. And these are most likely the highlighted coins on the CoinMarketCap ranking sites and CoinGecko, because they allow to promote scams on their pages, because CoinMarketCap, for example, is owned by Binance. Okay, so unfortunately, they put in front the projects they want to see flourish. And most likely, to have some kind of control, they prefer when there are public keys. When you give up your keys, when you hold your crypto on an exchange instead of having your own private keys and your own wallet on a decentralized network. Most of the people don't even use crypto for crypto. They just don't. They don't even know what it is. They think Dogecoin is crypto. Dogecoin is Bitcoin got forked, the network got copied. So that was Litecoin. Litecoin got forked, and that's Dogecoin. So Dogecoin is a 2-time copy of Bitcoin with a little bit different scaling mechanism. But it's a copy. It's none other than that. You know, it will never be more than that, you know. But they shill it. Why? Because, as you said, they don't want everybody in the game, okay? So this is a guy from Luxembourg too. I am also from Luxembourg, and he made a lot of money. Let's say what he says. My guts tell me that many people will be upset during the following weeks, but very euphoric again in 2 months from now. No need to rush into anything while Bitcoin looks like this. And this is also why I didn't came live for a few days, because basically I covered everything that happened a week after, you know. So everything I covered already happened. So now we are in the phase where we can go after to take a look at the charts, but nothing really happened yet. Everything we talked about is still in play. So it's for now, it's just chill out. Yeah, but Bitcoin pumped from 42k to 50k. Yes, calculate how many percent that are. It would not have made you rich, because if we go down right now, you would be in drawdown. So it does not change. Patience is the key. Okay. Then this one, I don't really like the guy, but I mean, yeah, he does a lot of price analysis. He does a lot of fundamental analysis and posts a lot of things. Here is, for example, a smart contract on the XRP Ledger project, which is named xCloud. I'm not promoting this coin. I don't know nothing about this coin, but I see that slowly more projects are built on the XRP Ledger, which it would be the same. XRP would be the same use as Ethereum with smart contracts with ERC20s. So it would bring more volume to the chain, more XRP to be needed as liquidity, which is great for price. Then what do we have here? Okay, this was for people that like Hex. For example, when it comes to real decentralized finance, without talking about price and moonbags and whatsoever, this is what you need to look into. Hex is there, freedom to save, because it's made to go up in price over a long period of time. People can stake it for 15 years, but you can also stake it for 30 days. So nobody is telling you nothing. The opportunity is there. T-shares are very cheap right now, so take a look into it. This is maybe one-time life opportunity. Okay, freedom of speech is Pulse Chain, because they sacrificed, for the sacrifice phase to get the airdrop was basically invest in freedom of speech. Okay, and then Pulse X, which is the Uniswap of Pulse Chain, is freedom to transact, because these networks are built so that you need nobody to custody your money. Nobody. You can stake for 15 years with your own public keys without giving the keys to anyone, without using the keys of an exchange and nothing. Okay, so you do this by yourself and your private key, and it's one of the only projects that is doing this with product market fit. So your choice. Then when was that? 20th, 2 days ago, Egypt's largest bank has teamed up with Ripple to use XRP for cross-border payments. XRP is becoming a world reserve bridge currency. I really like this more, a bridge currency. It is not the world reserve currency, but it is a world reserve bridge currency. So the next currency that will be the world reserve will be, maybe it could also be XRP as the world reserve currency, because nobody really owns it. No country, no government owns it. So that's a possibility, but I would much rather say that it is just, for example, if we as European want to buy oil from, let's say, the Russian people, but Russia doesn't want our euro, we can now pay them in euro, but they get paid in ruble, and the bridge transaction between the messaging system would be done with the liquidity of XRP. And this is how I see it. To implement all these things, you need everything to be ready politically, geographically. Everything needs to be ready before they start launching it. So this is also why it is suppressed all that time, I believe. And there will be a moment in time where you will not be ready for what is happening, and if you are not in, then it will be too late. So covering all that, let's go quickly to the chart. If you have some question, guys, just put it in the comments. I would really appreciate interacting with you guys. If you have some question about the chart, about reaccumulation zones, about maybe also other projects, which I maybe will cover after I finish this. Let's go, guys. It's gonna be, we are not far away from greatness, okay? We are not far away from the next hyperbolic phase. So the people that are in still from last bull run, congrats to you, you are a fucking warrior. If you came into this bull run now, you are blessed, okay? So don't give up. I'm waiting for some questions. If in 1 minute, 2 minutes, there are no questions, I will start the analysis. So just quickly, for everybody to understand, I do lives. Why do I do lives and not just upload videos? Is the main fact is, if you have a question, I can authentically, with the knowledge I have, ask you here on the live, answer you on the live. If you ask me a question on a video, I just go research it and give you an answer, and you think I'm smart or you think I know something. But if I can answer it you in real time on the live, I cannot fake it. So I use lives to create content. When I have this content, let's say I'm live between 45 minutes and 3 hours. If there are like 5 or 6 or 10 or 30 minutes which are interesting, let's say there are 30 minutes, I'm trying to cut 3 videos of 10 minutes to re-upload and give you less time to watch, but still you can take the information with you. No, this one, no, I don't believe. I really believe that this bull run, we're gonna get the volatility of last bull run also in this bull run, you know, like I believe this bull run we're gonna get over that all-time highs for sure. It is just poised to, you know. I mean, I don't want to cover it again, but just quickly, if you see here the highs, I just cover it all the time. That's why maybe the people that are looking at it are just bored. But I mean, it's one of the most important things to understand that we basically did the same thing all over again. Okay, so we came from back low here. I'm just going quick over it. Okay, so we came from back below here. We had our first bull run top. We had our first correction. We had our second lower high, and then we had a long base before we had the huge pump. And here basically we did the same, just here it was more time compressed. Okay, because there was less liquidity, nobody knew about it, was a new thing, etc. So we did the same thing. We created a high, we created the high, we did the first low, okay, which we created also in this cycle. Then we had the lower high. This was still, a 10x, so here we had the same pump as we did here. Then we came back down again and we had a reaccumulation phase, which took a half eternity. I know, but we are right at this moment. We are somewhere here. If it's gonna pump like that, I don't know. Is it possible? Obviously it is. Let's see what will happen, okay? So this is the macro chart. This has nothing to do what happened yesterday, but just to show you that we basically, what we did over this, how long how long was it until now? 2,240 days. Nice. They got everything they wanted. So from the high, we are 1,000 days away from the last all-time high. Last high we did, local high. So yeah, the second thing which gives me confidence to say that it is high likely that this time we're going to break the high is just because we have this trend line here. Everybody talks about this trend line, okay? It's not just me. But in fact, it is, if it's playing out, it will happen, okay? You can do nothing about it. It will just happen. Because when it pumped here, the first 4,000%, Brad Garlinghouse on the media wasn't even surprised, it was just like, yeah, we went up 4,800% in the last 2 weeks because of this. And the same will happen. We will pump extremely high and then they will come out and say, yeah, as you know, we had 3 years of lawsuit. Now we are the only ones regulated, let's say, crypto company in the US. We have all this clarity. We have all these 400 banks already integrated our software. And basically now these institutions know that they are allowed to push the button. Nothing else than that. So once we break this, we're going to have the surge, okay? How can we break this? We just need to break the high we created when we had the lawsuit end, or the first time. We pumped 100% in a day. So once we break this high, we are gone, okay? We are gone. If you didn't buy once we break this, it's just too late, Then you need to watch how other people get rich. So, but let's go closer into the chart to see what XRP really did. Most of the people don't really understand charts, so they don't know what fair value gaps are, they don't know what imbalances and all that stuff is, displacements in the market. So XRP is a champion in closing fair value gaps, okay? It's just amazing how it does close always the gaps. For example, we had a huge gap here, obviously, and we completely closed that gap, okay? We had gaps here. And people said, but why are we correcting that low? We closed the gap, okay? Same thing here. Once we get up, we create an imbalance back below here. What did we do? We closed the gap. Now we had here break of structure to the upside. Now, most likely, what did it do? It closed the gap, okay? Here on the bottom, you cannot see a displacement anymore. There is just this gap that already got closed, and we have the order block that is going until here. So most likely, it will react around this zone trying to break this high. If we're gonna break, I don't know. When it happens, we will go to the upside. quick, okay? So what is very interesting with XRP at this current moment is if you realize the tops it created, it is all just liquidity, okay? Liquidity are these wicks. So every single high XRP created is liquidity. Liquidity, 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 everywhere, liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. No chart does this as XRP does. So money laying everywhere here, okay? Liquidity, 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 everywhere. And this is just last bull run. Here, when you go into the weekly, liquidity on the highs. So it looks like this was all orchestrated, okay? Like everything we went through was planned. The price suppression, because there were people very, very aware in the space that told me back then, bro, it's too heavy, and the majority of the big bag holders are dumping to maintain the price to reaccumulate more. And it is exactly what happened. So the guy was right. The guy was wrong when it came to where the price would go. I told people all the price movements, and in this particular moment where the SEC dump came, I accumulated the most XRP, bought them once back here, bought them back at 35 cents, sold them back at 60 cents, bought them back at 30 cents, and then I never touched them again because I tripled the amount I actually held in the beginning. So that is also why I didn't really to reaccumulate a lot of XRP, because I actually, outperformed what I really believed I could even own, So for now, there is just one single imbalance still open in the charts. And if you look at other, and that's this one, sorry. So this is the only displacement we have in the market, which is at, let's say, 40 cents straight. So that is the worst case scenario for me, if, let's say, Bitcoin goes to the absolute gulag, okay? But when you look at I show you all the imbalances Bitcoin created, and this was mainly to outprice retail, okay? So all these zones here are imbalances that never got closed. And then you realize that maybe the market is manipulated. So these are all the displacements in Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin does not close this displacement, why should XRP close the displacements? This is how I see it. If we come down and you are interested in buying Bitcoin, I'm not a Bitcoin fan. Everyone knows it that watches me for some time. I don't really like Bitcoin. And I can make a video about it, why, but for me it's just not working, and it is not what it once was. And maybe it's also a fork network that isn't even the original code anymore. So, what I did talk in my last lives was this liquidity grab. I said to people, because in the weekly, we closed the imbalance, and I said to people, if this imbalance holds, we're going to most likely take out that liquidity here, okay? Come on. So, as you see here, we had that imbalance here back at, let's say, 33 to 30K. But when we came up here and we had this, what was it, from 4th of December until the breakout was on February 2024. So 2 months. 2 months of sideways action. And we created, the wick you can see here was the ETF approval. So here was the fake news of the ETF. And here was the real pump. And then we crashed back down, okay? But I said to people, if we do not break, or if we hold that imbalance here, we're gonna most likely try, because this was just to create liquidity to the downside, and we had some liquidity already to the upside. So now they just created an imbalance, so it's a minority of players that pumped the price higher again, most likely the ETF buyers, And now the liquidity got grabbed to the upside. So now is one of the last imbalances we have here on the chart, and this one. But I believe the last one will not be the one that will catapult us back to these levels. I believe that there is a big chance that it is this one. Okay, the red one I drew it in here. Why? Because this level here was a very, very, very important high, because it was the last high before we capitalized the price. And after this high was an imbalance, which we broke here now. And then I said, most likely because there is a lot of liquidity, we will try to go into that imbalance. If we close strong above that, there is a high likely chance we're gonna go to all-time high. But don't try to hunt the markets. Don't try to, I don't know how to say it, but I made a video 7 days ago about Ethereum, and the title says, if you missed the if you missed the Bitcoin pump, watch this. Back then, we were here 7 days ago. And what did I tell people? I said that when you compare these two charts, let's say we take Bitcoin here. So this was the old levels that this is the chart I did the analyze on last time. So let's go into the daily. No, even maybe weekly is better. And weekly here. So I said, if you missed the Bitcoin pump, there is a huge opportunity. Look, I have still even the analyze. I didn't change nothing on it. And I said that if Ethereum is going to catch up to the price action of Bitcoin, that was this high here I explained. So this high here is the same high than here in red. But Bitcoin already did the move through that. 7 days ago, we were at a price of 2,500, let's say. So there was a 40 to 45% move just to catch up on Bitcoin dominance, you know? If you would have realized this, look, obviously now everybody knows, oh, Ethereum is pumping, but you didn't saw it coming. And this is why I come here, you know? To show you the evidence of why it can do it. Like Ethereum did not launch something new. There is no major news that came out. It's just technicals. It's just like people say, oh no, Bitcoin is already so high, it's dangerous to buy it right now, but Ethereum is still lower. And that's the only reason it tries to catch up right now, okay? So still, a pullback in Ethereum, let's say an interesting moment to reconsider maybe buying with the targets here at, let's say 3,500. One sec. I really like that imbalance here, this one. It's beautiful. If not this one, we have also displacement here, but we need 3 days for it to close. So in the daily, I would say that imbalance here is confluences with this old high. So let's say 2,691 would be maybe a potential. Let's say it fails here, it comes back down, boom, 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 and then tries to catch up on Bitcoin, okay? But let's go back to XRP, because just in a way, in an investor perspective, not someone that catches money, someone that has the money and wants to make a great bet, a great investment, is looking at market cap. And he's telling himself, okay, Bitcoin is a store of value. having a market cap of $1 trillion. What can it actually do? It is a store of value, and if you are willing to use it as a payment or peer-to-peer cash, do it. It's just not the best, you know. But it already has $1 trillion in market cap. Let's go to Ethereum, $350 billion in market cap. What can it do better than Bitcoin? Smart contracts. That's all. So, and it's a little bit, it has a better security mechanism. Then, what is next? BNB, I don't even want to talk about. Solana. Solana crashed with the FTX, but magically pumped because they have smart contracts and you have no gas fees to pay. So for people that invest like a few bucks or a few $100, it's interesting to buy on Solana smart contracts because it's cheaper. But cheaper doesn't really mean better, you know. It's better for those who buy and sell. Does not mean it's better tech, because in last bull run, people that were not present back then don't know that the network failed 4 times. The Solana network broke down 4 times, okay, when liquidity got high. So every project looks great when there's no liquidity. But when liquidity and momentum comes, this is where the truth comes out, okay? So just saying, XRP is now not even a 30 billion market cap, which it is since 5 years. Since 5 years, we are at 30 billion market cap on average. So just thinking about the opportunity about XRP, and it still just has a 30 billion market cap, and Ethereum has 300 billion. So do you believe that XRP could hit this 300 billion in market cap one day? If yes, I mean, this is a lot more interesting to buy. It's a lot less heavy, okay? It's a lot less heavy, and investment-wise, you want to find something that will change the world and is not too heavy yet, okay? Which does not mean investing in Ethereum is not going to be lucrative. I personally believe we're going to see a 9 to 20k Ethereum price because, and this is a secret I will give to you, the only way we can go into hyperbolic phase this time is with a narrative, and this narrative will be the Ethereum ETF launch. And in my opinion, if it confluences with the timeline and the ETF will be launched around June to October, November 2025, it will be the top, okay? So it will be the buy the rumor, sell the news event. People FOMO in the market because they speculate on an ETF approval on Ethereum. But once it happens, I believe it will be the top, but it's a perfect catalyst for this bull run, okay? I have never understood. Do you think XRP skipped it? No, I am just an investor, not a trader using leverage. So to make money on this bull run, I will literally have to sell my bags. Do you think it's risky letting go of XRP to rebuy after a pullback? Which pullback? At the end of the bull run. I can assure you that this bull run, I will sell everything because I know the markets. And if the timeline is over, I will just, even if it's just a 50-60% dump, but I mean, if it reaches my targets, I will most likely sell all my crypto I own this time, because last time I didn't took enough profits. It was very hard to survive, and I will not do that again. I learned from my mistakes, okay? So don't try to get rich quick. Try to play the game. It is a marathon, not a sprint. If you enjoyed this live, please like and subscribe. Maybe leave a comment on something you want me to cover. And if you don't have further questions, I would say I will be back live in the next days. I will re-listen my live and try to find some important information and re-upload it in a new video on a shorter version. So that said, if there is no new question coming in, I will wrap this up. And I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope the questions people asked got answered, and you have a clearer mind on what to do in the future. I have an idea to wrap up this live. For those who are still here, you deserve it. I have a video on my, by the way, if you want to, I'm not that active on Twitter yet, but if you want, here's my name. Here's also in October 2023 and in January, I called the bottom on Bitcoin here. You can see. January 13, 2023, I said, your opinion does not matter, fractals do, because people have emotions and emotions are gonna make you do stupid stuff, okay? Then here I predicted the 40K top, and I said this is the most interesting imbalance. After, when I was in the video, I explained the liquidity sweep on that high, which we got also, and now we are here at the next imbalance on the top because they push the price. So let's see. I need to go to media, and it's a quick video. Most likely you already have seen it. But guys, if you understand this, and you're interested in XRP, which I think you are, because this stream was meant for people that like XRP. I don't really do a lot of XRP content, but I will really try to put out more because I love the community, and they also appreciate my videos a lot more than other communities. So here you will get an example of what what Ripple did in connection to their network, to the elites, to the world, and who is involved in it. You know, and then you will realize the board members, the directors, the here, the there, and there will be in like 2 minutes so many information that if you want it, go to my channel and download it, or maybe just go to YouTube and type in why do I hold XRP video, and you will find it has the same. I will show you after.
Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global. Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution? XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple. Who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions, including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America? Ripple. Who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve? Ripple. A former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division? Ripple. Leading Australia's CBDC effort? Ripple. Who hired a former Treasury of the United States? Ripple. 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board? Ripple. 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors, former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany, former business director at Swift, former Swift board member, former CFO of PayPal, former head of the DTCC, former chief business officer at Uber, former VP of Amazon, and former SEC chair on their legal team? Ripple. Who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's high-level advisory board on fintech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website? Ripple. Now just